Good morning to all of y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all of y'all. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are taking good care of yourselves, man. If you're new to this channel, please, I would like to welcome you. Welcome to Football is a Religion once again. We'll just be discussing a short preview on the Dstv Premiership, right? So we do have upcoming games lined up for the weekend. But first of all, I would like us to go straight to the Moses Mabhida Stadium, where we saw the game between Amazulu taking on fellow strugglers Cape Town Spurs. Cape Town Spurs, remember, have really struggled this season. They've only won one game throughout the entire season in all competitions, which was that shock victory over Orlando Pirates. That is the only points that they have gathered this season, right? And they've only won one game in 14 coming into this one in the league. So currently, Cape Town Spurs look like a team that will be relegated by the end of the season if things are to continue the way they have. If things are to continue the way they are currently for the, Cape Town-based team, right? So 3 points was needed for both teams. Amazulu, luckily with them, they ended a three-match losing streak, I meant to say, with a 1-0 victory over Sekhukhune FC in their previous game coming into this one. So basically, Amazulu were hoping to build onto that momentum coming into this game at the Moses Mabhida Stadium against the bottom of the team, Cape Town Spurs. So surprisingly, Cape Town Spurs looked like the team that really wanted to win. They were the much better of the teams, surprisingly, in this game, right? Cape Town Spurs had better opportunities. They created better chances. Think about it, like Luke Bartman. He had a wonderful opportunity, which stung the hands of the goalkeeper all the way to Mzimela. He produced a wonderful save after a mistake by Tariq Fili's, the Amazulu defender. The Amazulu defender was very fortunate not to actually be punished for that careless mistake that he made, and Amazulu were very clumsy throughout the game, to say the least. They were just very fortunate that they were not punished, because even if you look at how they conceded the goal, right? Luke Bartman scoring his second goal in as many games. Remember, he scored his first goal in that 3-2 defeat to Kaizer Chiefs, which was just a mere consolation, right, at the age of 17. Right now, that was his second goal, and that was a wonderful goal. It was a powerful header from a Sianda Msani corner kick, right on the brink of halftime. If you look at that goal once again, it was a very poor goal to be considered from Amazulu. Very clumsy defending. It was very clumsy, to say the least. That header could have been easily defended. You understand? And Amazulu, the defensive structure was just not there, because the way they conceded the goal in the first place. Think about the youngster Luke Bartman. He's still a youngster and he's very short. I think he's the shortest. He was the shortest out of all the 22 players that were there on the pitch. But he was the one who still was able to rise and get a powerful header, a free header, to say the least. And if you look at how the defending, the goalkeeper was caught in no man's land, as well as the defender that was right in front of him was also caught in no man's land. They could have done better in terms of dealing with that ball, that header, right? And that's the thing. Amazulu considered a very clumsy goal, a very poor goal, right? And look, coming into the second half, Cape Town Spurs still continue to maintain their dominance. They still showed more dominance. Even Amazulu, they did have a great chance through Wade Euster, but that was a wonderful reflex save by Boshoff, the former Amazulu goalkeeper for Cape Town Spurs currently. That was a great save by Boshoff once again, to deny the former Orlando Pirates right back. As you could see, he was trying to go to the near post, but Boshoff was in a great position. He read it very well, and that was a great save by the Cape Town Spurs goalkeeper. To even go into the second half, second 45, Amazulu did look like they were much better compared to the first half. Remember, in the first half, the first 10 minutes of the game, they were dominant. They were much more dominant, but then that's the issue. They didn't make most of the ball. They were not threatening at all, despite that one opportunity that fell to Wade Euster. That was the only opportunity they had in the first 45. But nevertheless, Amazulu were not threatening at all. They were far from convincing it throughout the game. Cape Town Spurs could have wrapped up the game long time ago. In the second half, they had so many opportunities to wrap up the game. They were just not clinical. And I think also when you look at some players in that Cape Town that Cape Town Spurs, I meant to say, the Cape Town Spurs team, right? You have experienced players like the likes of Michael Morton, but if you look at Michael Morton as an experienced player, he had a very poor game, very under par, subpar. His game was below par, because some of the passes that he was giving were very poor. They were easily cut out. A player of his experience, a player of his caliber, you would really expect him to do way much better, in terms of finding those balls, in terms of being able to keep the ball, in terms of actually, picking a great pass, in terms of actually, playing his man, right? In terms of actually creating the spaces, allowing some of the players to move off the ball, to make those key movements of the ball, and then he sets that wonderful through pass. But like I said, Michael Morton's performance was very poor. He was giving away the possession far too cheaply. And for a player of his experience, for a player of his caliber, you would expect him to actually rise up and step up for the struggling urban warriors. Because in times like this, when you see your club is struggling, experienced players need to put their hand up and they really need to show up for the team. And I think that also speaks to their story so far. That sums up their story so far this season. Yes, at least they were able to pick up a point. This could have been a massive 3 points for Cape Town Spurs, right? Because now a massive 3 points, the 3 points could have sent them to 6 points, right? Could have been their second victory of the season. And right now could have actually, proved to be a pivotal, turning point in terms of their season, their league season. Because currently, right now that they got a point away from this game, they are still 6 points behind 15th place, Richards Bay FC, who have also struggled. And Richards Bay FC as well are far from convincing. They have only got 2 victories so far this season, and they are like 5 points behind 14th place TS Galaxy. So there's a lot to play for. It's a relegation scrap. It's a scrap there at the bottom of the table, but we'll see how far these teams can go, because right now Cape Town Spurs, things won't get easy for them. They've got another Cape Derby coming up on New Year's Eve against Cape Town City. They've got a Cape Derby coming up, so it's not going to be easy. It's not about to get easy. Amazulu were very fortunate to get the equalizer. Great goal by the substitute, super sub, Celimpilo Ngema getting a wonderful goal, capitalizing, pouncing on a Mondli Mbanjwa cross. So that was basically a combination of both of the substitutions, Mondli Mbanjwa as well as Celimpilo Ngema. That was a great cross from Mondli Mbanjwa to actually find Celimpilo Ngema, who slotted the ball nicely into the top corner in the 79th minute to save Usutu from embarrassment, from a humiliating defeat to the bottom of the, table, Cape Town Spurs, at home at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. So basically, as for Amazulu, now they missed out on a chance to actually go into 6th position. They could have now gone into 6th position with all 3 points over in this game. They could have leaped Kaizer Chiefs into 6th position, but unfortunately they now at least were able to leapfrog Chippa United as well as Moroka Swallows into 8th position. You understand? Just for a few hours, I guess, because Chippa are also in action against Polokwane City later today. And remember, that's also another 3 points for both clubs. If any of those teams get 3 points, the game between Chippa United as well as Polokwane City at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium in Gqeberha, if any of those teams get all 3 points, they will leapfrog Amazulu. You understand? So it's just what it is, man. You understand? That's why 3 points is very important. It's very important to keep on being consistent if you really want to finish in a positive position on the log, right? And as for Cape Town Spurs, they've now ended a 5-game losing streak. With this draw, they could have won the game easily. They could have held on to the 3 points, as well as they missed very key opportunities. Even Ashley Cupido as well. Like I said with Ashley Cupido, he's got 3 goals so far for Cape Town Spurs in this season. Ashley Cupido, like I've said many times about him, is that he's a striker who has got so much potential, but his finishing sometimes, his decision making is very poor. And in that game, he could have scored that second goal. He just didn't get a clean strike, but he could have scored that insurance goal that could have put the game, beyond any reasonable doubt. And think about it. Cape Town Spurs have now dropped 9 points from winning positions coming into this one. And now this is 12. They've now dropped 12 points from winning position. 12 points. You understand? Because now they could have held on to the 3 points. They could have held on to that advantage and actually like capitalize more on their chances, you know, to actually seal the game way before Amazulu were able to get that equalizer. Like I said, Ashley Cupido coming off the bench, he could have scored that one. He could have gotten a much cleaner, a much cleaner strike to that ball. But, you know, he failed to do so. He failed to capitalize on the opportunity, and that's why Cape Town Spurs were punished for missing those chances.
Last 5 on the spin since that victory. So these two sides, as they file out now, are the first to play this weekend. They will be the first to hit the mid. It's an Amazulu side who have made just one change from the win over Babina Noku, with Ethan Brooks reintroduced to the midfield. That means that Pelopilum Gema is dropping to the bench for today's encounter. For the third game running, Olwetum Zimela keeps goal with AFCON hopeful Veli Motwa on the bench. And fresh from scoring his 7th of the season in all competitions, he greets former Amazulu assistant Vasily Manusakis now with Spurs. Here's their lineup for the second game in a row. They make half a dozen changes. Sienna Msani, Nico Lukubeni return. They were not able to play against their parent club Sundowns last time out. The precocious Luke Bartman is back. 13 starts for Amazulu in the league. Kept 7 clean sheets as well. The Namibian Hanamo swings it in. Boshoff gets gloves to that one. Dion is again involved in the move, and now will rush into the boxes. Wade Euster delivers it. Not only attempted that extravagant touch. Look at that, threaded through for Rian Hanamo by Exin, and behind for a corner.
Yeah, great build up here from Amazulu. Just waiting for Hanamo to make that overlap. Just failing to get that cross into Dion, who's always left.
Zulu's chief goal scorer this season. Hanamo with the outswinging delivery. Now, Spurs don't really have a lot of countries that don't have stadiums that are fit for purpose have been playing some of their international qualifying matches here. So Mpara's delivery headed away, and now Tonic Phillies has turned it back into the 18-yard area. Amazulu now touched back by Ethan Brooks to Wade Euster. Oh, teasing Liam Bird, and lifts in that ball just over the head of Junior Dion. He's the man you want to locate. And
Wade does really well. He was there, just making sure that he eliminates the opposition. Delivers a quality ball, but just hangs in the air, just making it difficult. Also, the
Amazulu have had triple figures in terms of passes, as this one is slipped through here to Luke Bartman. He takes a heavy touch. He goes tumbling down under the challenge. Accentuates another wonderful ball, and this is Ethan Brooks back to Hendrik Ekstein. Quick pass to Moremi. Hanamo. Oh, Neil Boshoff makes the save, clattered by Junior Dion, who gets into it with him. For the second time. Now Hanamo's ball. Oh, he's found Euster brilliantly. What a save! But Boshoff came off his line. Seeking to slip it through for Bartman, has fallen kindly here for Patsaka, save by Zimela. Came through a penalty shootout with Malawi to finish third. Now he's watched that cross over his head, who will deliver in this corner. It's low, not dealt with initially, and that through a thicket of bodies could have gone. Piece taker. What can he produce? Not a bad looking ball, and how Congo met it.
a little bit of pace moving forward.
Brooks looking for Dion, a spill from Boshoff. Now Hendrik Ekstein on the right hand flank, just gets it in. Dion has Hendrik Ekstein, a little dart from him, still he goes on. Kalabadi sees nothing wrong with the challenge from Clayton Daniels, who went slots. Mubara with another ball towards the back post, and from Mubara may present Spurs with an opportunity in the closing stages here. Zimena has to come off his line and intervene, which he's done. And the referee will allow them to take this corner. It will be the last action of the half, though. San, not the best take. Oh! It doesn't matter, because there is Luke Bartman. Well, he's burst onto the scene at 17, and I think we're seeing a future star emerging.
Human as well. Maybe stability in that midfield and maybe impetus forward.
Well, the cross from deep almost finds the substitute, Quim, and then just past the head. Mubada's delivery. Gemma for Amazulu. And he's lost out to Ali. Bartman to Nazir Ali. Can't sort his feet out. Now the opportunity for the young Bartman. Give it away again. Luke Bartman with an opportunity, and he goes it alone. It's hit the upright after a touch from Zimena. Sani. Sides from the Western Cape, but Hanamo puts us in low. Sides from the Western Cape, but Hanamo puts us in low. Should be collected here, and is by Rowan Human, and then back in by Juster. Almost fell for Extin. Now space is emerging for them. Human taking on Hal Congo, gliding past him. And the Namibian has somehow managed another opportunity to try and conjure something. He's found Musa, but hasn't made a clean connection on that. Lifted over the top here for Bartman. He's making a beeline for goal. Still Bartman. Teasing Mubara. He's allowed Amazulu to recover here, but he sets it up for Putsaka to slam wide via a deflection. Exis slid it through here for Juster. Still he continues on. He has a go. It's comfortable for Boshoff. Time remains. Slip through here for Rian Hanamo, who's rolled it into the area. Into the clutches of the goalkeeper. Sani thumps it forward here for Pewa. And Pewa looking to set it for Cupido. Has a real chance. Scuffed efforts. Never more than 10 years now. At one point or the other, one of these two teams has been relegated together. Levels it up. Brought off the bench to do exactly that. Telepilo and Gemma with a stunning equaliser. Destined to change after the 5 games that we've played tomorrow. Amazulu with an opportunity to come at them once again. Here's Hanamo, gets past Nikolukobeni far too easily. He's pinged that into the box, too hot for Quem to handle. Retrieved by Nkema. Mutswari. Still Mutswari carries it further upfield until releasing Mupara. He's been able to force his way a little further forward. Throw in Human. Excellent.